News and news. CNN disclosure eyes.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at a really fascinating source file. It's about something called the Observed Social Dynamic Protocol.
Which is a mouthful, I know.
Yeah, it's a huge phrase, but it really boils down to a core question, doesn't it?
It does. It asks, how do people who are, building things, the source calls them creators, how do they overcome the people who only criticize the destroyers?
And the key thing is, they do it without ever directly fighting back.
Exactly. And that's what we want to get into, this idea of an endurance life force.
Okay, so let's define the players here, because the source is very clear on this. First up, you have the creators.
Right. And these are the people doing the tangible work, laying bricks, writing code, whatever the project is.
And their main trait is just persistence. They just keep going.
They endure. Then on the other side, you have the hecklers, or the destroyers.
And their whole thing is reactive, right? It's just critique, mockery.
Purely verbal. And the source has this incredible label for their output. It literally just says what? In all caps.
Wait, really? The report actually labels their commentary says what?
It does.
Yeah.
Which, says everything about how the observers viewed their actual utility.
Wow. That's it. Well, it's pretty dismissive. It sounds like an internal field note that wasn't supposed to get out.
It feels that way. And it points to this idea that they're basically parasitic. They need something to react to.
So they can't exist on their own. They need the creators to create.
Exactly. And they're never, ever observed building an alternative structure themselves.
I get the theory of just enduring, but doesn't that make the creators, fundamentally vulnerable? I mean, if they just stay silent, can't the destroyers just control the whole narrative?
That is the absolute core tension here. And the protocol says the silence is the weapon. The turning point isn't about time passing. It's about volume.
Volume of work, you mean?
Exactly. When the creator's output hits what the source calls a density threshold,
Right.
the heckler's story just starts to fall apart. Not because someone argued against it. It's just physically overshadowed by the thing being built.
So it's not defeating them. It's just outlasting them.
It's exhausting them. That's the endurance life force in action. The destructive pattern is designed only for reaction.
Yeah. And when it gets no reaction,
It starves. The source says the heckler is functionally destroyed, not beaten in a debate, but just starved of attention.
so the destruction is just a side effect.
A side effect of continuing to build.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really critical distinction.
And the report highlights a few powerful secondary effects that come from this.
The first is just about attention.
The stage, so to speak, the place where the arguments happen, it just becomes empty.
Yeah, the audience just sort of naturally drifts away from the shouting and over to the new thing that's being built. It's a spontaneous migration of focus.
Okay, and the second effect is this narrative of abundance,
Right. The creators seem to share this belief that there's plenty to go around.
which makes them really resilient to scarcity narratives, I'd imagine.
It completely changes the game. It stops being about who gets the pie and becomes, we're over here baking a new pie.
And the third one, this might be the most surprising, how the network deals with corrosive talk.
The idea of social metabolism.
Yeah, that commentary this source calls dark and severed. It's just expelled.
But not by a moderator or any kind of central censorship. The productive network itself just organically filters it out because it has no value for the build.
Like a body's immune response.
That's a perfect analogy.
So when you put it all together, what does this all mean for you? You see this cycle, creation starts, it provokes a reaction.
But endurance and, quiet consolidation just allows that destructive energy to burn itself out.
And the force that unifies everyone isn't some grand ideology. It's just the shared act of building, of facing the same direction, wordlessly.
Which leaves us with a pretty important question for you to consider. If the destructive element is only neutralized by taking away the one thing it needs, which is your reaction, with one immediate small building action you could choose today, something to redirect your own energy away from the debate and just into creation,